make arrangements so you can be here during the summer, and that way you can network literally the entire summer. I think that would make up for when you aren't here and if you aren't able to get here for an event during the school year.
You can pick some. What I did. So I worked in sports for my 2 years before I came in missions, and I picked someone that had the job I wanted, and I emailed her, and it was nice of you. And I just said, like, you don't have to pay me, you don't have to, just have lunch with me, and or can we just talk on the phone, anything like that. And I get that law school is time consuming, and I get that we typically don't have a surplus of funds to just jet off to the city. But even now, I'm sure you all get requests from young people that are younger, and we remember who reached back and helped us. And so even if you can't come to Athens, we'd never tell someone we wouldn't talk to them, or especially our sisters, we would never do that. And we would. I think that's the best way. And then if it maybe eventually you're interested in personal injury, you don't know who I'll be talking to. I could be talking to Tasha one day and being like, she's like, I wish I had, an intern for personal injury. I could be like, you know what, somebody emailed me from Florida talking about, that just happened to me yesterday. Somebody was looking for an intern, and I said, I just got an email from somebody the other day wanting to do public interest. So that's kind of how you do it. It's just, that's why it doesn't come right when you want it, like when you're nice. But we talk to each other, and we try to keep it in the family. So that's why it can help you just for us to see your name and your interest and an email. It can help.
I just have one thing to add. So I went to Howard, so I'm one of them, and I'm interested in going to DC. So I think it's a major thing to have a friend in the city that you want to go to. So like a law student, that will tell you when these good events are happening. Like, oh, you need to be here this weekend. Come stay with me for the weekend. And then that helps you save money, and it also, gives you an insight from a student perspective as to things that are happening at that time. So.
I'm sorry, this is Bria Stevens. She's an Emory Law student, and she's also working with Jazz Talks Law as well as one of our campus ambassadors for this upcoming semester. So I'm happy she's here as well, and she started her own brand called Live, Laugh, Law.
Live, Laugh, Law. It's a YouTube channel.
Yeah. So we're going to work on some great content for you guys for in law school and after law school. And she's been an amazing help to me today. So shout out to Bria. She went to Howard though, so that's not shout her out too much. Are there any more questions?
Did anybody study abroad for law, like in the summer?
Yes. Oh, yes. I had an amazing time.
Yeah. What's the benefits of doing that? Because I'm trying to figure out, like my last 2L summer, I went to DC, like you were saying, like I did the Legal Studies Institute and went to school there and worked there. But now I'm thinking, would it be more, is it better to frame your resume to have study abroad and this? Like, what's the different things you probably need to hit as a minority, because we need more than what everybody else needs. So I'm trying to figure out.
What do you want to do?
Great question.
I don't really know.
That's fine. I did study abroad after my first year. I went because I just wanted to go.
Hello.
And I just eventually talked my parents into it. So, but how it helped me in my future job offers is I'm not necessarily one that likes interviews, because I know which questions they're going to ask me. I know that, and it's just, they're boring. But with that study abroad, my first question was always, oh my gosh, you studied at Cambridge University? And yeah, I want to talk about that. So all of my interviews went to that, and it showed more of my personality. And that's who employers are looking for, someone who they like. Honestly, half the time, you can be overqualified, but if you're stuffy, usually those gunners, if you can't talk to someone, like Jenna just said, can't keep those clients, you will be passed. I can name 5 people now in my class who were at the top and were passed over and are still looking for jobs because they have that stuffy nature. So if you can, it helped me as well. It was my first time out of the country without my parents. It was a life experience for me. So it changed me as a person. I was able to look at life and look at America and look at different laws through a different lens. And so that if I would have helps in just various different ways that you really don't think of. And I think the interviewing process was one of them. The fact that I did put that on there. And even in, if you have enough room, I kind of forced enough room because I wanted to add that I climbed this mountain in Edinburgh, Scotland, Infamous Mountain. So, and that was always a question, you know, how did you climb that? And it was really nice to be able to speak about that throughout the entire interview. And then receive a call back saying, you know, our interview is really just like your personality, versus asking me why I was like not number one in my class.
That's good. Great answer. Any more questions?
I have a quick question. My name is Keandria James. I attend Faulkner O'Neill, and I just want to know, like, what is the target number for the amount of applications that we should put in for internships? Because obviously you won't get each one that you apply for, but at the same time you want to get like 5 acceptances either, and then have to turn everybody down. And just so if one of
You want choice.
And you tell them exactly. You let them know.
What did you say?
You put them up against each other.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
this one here.
Yeah, and you let them know.
no, you want
Great
that.
advice.
And they will talk amongst one another, and then next go round, they're going to want to speak to you first. They're going to already tell you next week, look, next summer, or you know, in the fall semester, if you want to work
Split
part time.
summers.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Summers.
I did that before.
Yeah.
You want
So a little work on the
Oh
side.
yeah, I definitely want choice.
Yeah.
That's not one.
No,
It's
you're
okay.
gonna do.
Yeah.
We want to turn
You want-
all
you want-
together.
You want.
That's good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is a great position to be in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And to go along with that, you always wanna, you don't, when you're interviewing for a job, you don't wanna feel like I'm gonna take whatever they offer me because I need a job.
Yeah.
Like, you wanna be in the interview like, listen, I got other offers, so what can you offer me that they can't? Because if you can't offer me this,
Right.
I'm gonna just go ahead over here. So the more offers you have, you can negotiate more. You can get $25 an hour versus $20 an hour, things like that.
I got a word for you guys. Let me speak on this. So that made me think of something. I think what I have seen reading applications and seeing students matriculate, especially Black women, is that we for some reason don't feel like we deserve to be there, or we don't feel like we're worth whoever's sitting next to us, and that is not true. We don't necessarily score well because ain't nobody look like you write the LSAT. We don't necessarily feel like we're doing as well in class because your mama and your daddy and your granddaddy weren't lawyers. And I have found, I just got, when I changed jobs, they offered me, and I countered, and anyway, I say that to say when I was doing this research on how to counter, because I was nervous because I didn't know either. But when one of the reasons for the wage gap, it's not the reason, but a small reason, 70% of men counter their salary. 7% of women counter their salary. And so that's why it kind of shed light on the way we think that for some reason, I don't want to have to tell you no if you were gracious enough to hire me. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm against you.
Exactly.
You don't think in this climate people need people that look like you? You gotta understand why it's not ideal. It's not an ideal circumstance with all that's going around. The time is gonna come where they gonna need people like you. They're gonna need us to think about how to navigate all these problems that they are creating right now. So you have to know that even if everybody around you, and it doesn't look like you fit this mold, or it doesn't feel like you belong, you belong. You probably can do a lot better than you think you can if you believed and you walked with the arrogance of a mediocre person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I will get off my soapbox.
Amen.
But I want you all to think of yourself in that manner, is that I'm not begging anybody for a job. I am giving you the opportunity to hire me.
That's a word.
Anyway, I didn't think like that either when I was like that. I mean, this is years of seeing
of
things
course.
and years of hearing, when I call and admit people, we're always the ones crying, which is great. I cry too, I cry together. But but I will admit other types of people, and they're asking me where their scholarship offer is. And so I just wonder, I mean, I know where it comes from, but I don't know how to help to encourage you to walk with a certain swagger. And I have found that the people, I think we are 3 women, because we travel a lot. This is part of our job, so we see each other often. And the women that tend to do well, us included, are people who know who they are, and we don't change. We just, but we're good at what we do, and we know it. And so I think those are the people that don't get beat down. We don't get beat down because you can't faze me. We don't get beat down trying to be something that we're not. So just be who you are. You know. Use this time to figure out who you are.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
And protect it. Protect it, because people will try to make you feel different. Like, people all the time. Gosh, it's so hard to keep up with you if you keep changing your hair. It's like, well, you need to learn my face.
Hello.
And my name, because I'm not gonna. Right, exactly. So those are little microaggressions that slowly over time dim your light.
And don't let anyone dim your light. Even if you do have someone that is in the legal profession, I did. My mom works at a large firm. I still wasn't going to let anyone think I was a shoe-in, because my mom told me from the get-go, because I'm here, you're going to get it harder. And I did. I had it hard, and I had to work harder at it. So, like Jenna said, your light is yours. Just because your light is shining doesn't mean the next person's can't shine. Some people don't understand that. But my light doesn't go off, even when I'm sleeping.
So don't step on Twitter.
So be encouraged, because law school is hard.
But it's so rewarding.
But think that you're doing all this, so 3, 4, 5 years from now, you're talking to people like you, and you're encouraging them in the same way, because I'm sure you don't get a lot of this. And so I'm thankful for the opportunity to encourage you all, because this isn't what we do. This is not our job. We don't have
the job description.
I know, this is not what we do. So so remember this moment, remember how you feel. So when you get somebody, wobbling into your office, like nervous and not know what to, or you get somebody emailing you, just want to go to lunch,
You make sure you do it.
And I think that's a great way to end the segment. I want to thank you guys for coming to SRBLSA Talks Law. I am so happy about this session. This turned out, I had a whole different idea for today, but this is what God produced, and I am so happy for that. I